My presentation should originally have name Helping Mothers Returning to Work After Maternity Leave, but I took it a little bit broader. What I am going to speak about. First, we have to look at online learning in e-learning context, because it's definitely part of e-learning. Then I want to describe development in our company in terms of antique drama, so with catastrophe, catharsis, and so on. I think it will be interesting for you. Then I will speak about user response and what we learn from, say, massive online learning in our company, because we have tens of lecturers and hundreds, maybe thousands of students. And on very end, I will say a couple words about tool we are using for online education. So our experiences in online learning. We start to teach since in year 2007. We starting to teach languages, English language. Then we have thousands of users at time, maybe 2,000 or 3,000. We have a number of partners which provides their content and their systems for organizing the students. I will speak later about it. And what is very important, we work with various type of students and teachers, old, young, having computer skills, having not computer skills, and so on. And this is also very important and interesting what we learned about it. So what about context, online learning in context of e-learning? So when we take it from its historical point of view, here is time axis, and so e-learning as say discipline start in early 90s with simple LMS systems and starting groups of students online because that time massive internet usage starts. Next important point was introducing Flash, because Flash discovered complex and interesting content for e-learning, and it's used up to now. So after year 2000 came large companies like Microsoft and IBM with their own LMS systems, very complex, very expensive, and they tried to introduce it into massive number of students. Then comes Google. It's next very important point, because Google introduced some tools for education like YouTube, which was primarily not used for education, but nowadays it's very important channel for learning and learning materials. Google Books and Google Scholar. Online video was a result from this Google activity, and nowadays comes new non-computer devices like smartphones, iPad, netbooks, and so on, which discovers new dimension of e-learning, and on very top is interactive online education, which is the topic we want to speak about now. What is important to say that online learning is part of this all, and it cannot exist without it because it has no sense. The next slide is hype cycle and the question where we are. This hype cycle I took from e-learning, and but it could be applied on any new technology. So if you take mobile phones or internet or whatever, so this curve is very similar in time. So it means on very beginning there is number of companies and users growing very fastly, and here comes bubble. It means the investment and expectations are much higher as this technology could bring. Then comes depression, and after depression, say slower progress. So this is, as I said, for any new technology, and according my thoughts, we are somewhere here. So online learning didn't really start yet, but according all forecasts, so this will grow very sharply in the next year or years. So we will see what will happen, but we expect big investments into this field in next years, and that's why we are dealing with it as well. So advantages of online learning. A lot of advantages comparing to traditional learning. So time saving, no traveling. Content is created automatically, which is very important, because in traditional e-learning the biggest problem was with the content. So here you are speaking directly, and you can record it, and the content is there. Global reach, very important as well. Nowadays some universities as Oxford starting to introduce their online learning courses, and it's important that you as a student from the entire world with internet access, you can study Oxford, for example. Interesting. Online collaboration tools, it brings new possibilities to learning. A lot of free educational online materials. Again, if you take Google, YouTube, and the entire internet, you find there almost everything, and almost everything is free. Social networks is a new buzzword in computer world, and all of young people are present in social networks, and you can connect it with it and to increase awareness and impact of it. Money saving, this is no doubt, because you will not travel, and you save time by that. And new technologies, so not only computer are used for teaching, and you could access internet by mobile phones, iPad, and so on. So now I want to speak about our company, what we are doing, and how it developed in the time. So in very beginning, we starting to use online learning in some projects. We are teaching subjects which are very broad, so from languages to behavior by some situations like I will speak later about it. None of our lecturers have special computer skills, which is very important. So our teachers comes from normal schools or say normal life. Only some lecturers were special taught for particular project. So most of the lecturers come to the computer and start teaching, say, from scratch. And we are not only part of H2W project, but we have more projects, commercial or non-commercial, commercially oriented. And how we started? So we have 2 or 3 systems for registering students, because if you have number of students, you have to have some managing system, some management system to keep the track what they are doing, if they are paying, and so on. And after several weeks, we realized such a system is unusable for online learning, because there has to be direct link between online learning and such a system. And there is nothing suitable, or was nothing suitable on the market. And offline synchronization of registration or management system and online tools is unusable. So what happened in the real? So if come some Mr. Janovák and to some lesson, so we have to check if he belongs to this session, if he paid, and so on. And if you have more as 100 students, it's unusable. So so you cannot check it online. It has to be done automatically. And even worse, we started to collaborate with small companies on partner basis. So when we took online learning as say normal business process, and we want to earn money on it, so we started to work with partners, and partners had their own management system, payment system, and so on. And we realized that such a collaboration is unusable without some technical or computer tools. And each partner start to push us to develop special for them some registration or reporting system and so on, and we were not able to fulfill it. So we went to a serious problem, and we have to solve it. And we start to solve it by defining open APIs for partner. API is, say, interface between our system and their system. So we offered to the partners some information from our system online, and we let the partners include this information from our system to their system. So we shift the most difficult part, payment, management, students, and so on their shoulders, which is very important. And on top of this API, we started to build our own system for registration and management, which we can offer to smaller companies. And as the last, we start to develop our payment gateway. So if you understand, we took online learning as a normal business with all normal business rules. We resell, say, our system online, and we are earning money by that. So how it looks graphically. So here's our system with management of students, lectures, classes, and so on. We have some API to partners. We have partner management system, SchoolNet, which is our special project for school online, and users management. Then we have billing, and here is our ONIF system, so which is the system delivering online stuff to the students. So this was first part of my presentation. Are there any questions to that, or no questions? Okay. So now I go to this particular project, helping return mothers after maternity leave. So what we learned about online learning generally. There are some pros and cons of online learning. So first the pros. None of the teacher has real serious problem to start learn online, which was surprising because we have some older teachers learning so used to learn in front of class and so on, and they have no problems to learn start to learn in front of the screen. Thus, we have to provide some service in the first 2 or 3 hours to assist them to learn the system, to teach the system, but they were able then to learn alone. Even the people, so again, all the people which didn't trust, and they said they will not even try to learn online, they changed their mind and they find it useful and easy to use. And what was very interesting, there was really positive feedback from the students. And I repeat, our students was a group of mothers, mothers on maternity leave. It means it's age of ladies in age typically between 20 and 30, which has not special computer skills, but they are normal computer users. But this young group uses internet and computers daily, so they don't have any problem to learn something new. The cons. Significant number of students had technical difficulties. So this is real. So if someone tried to online conference, so can I ask how many people already was on online conference or tried? Okay, not so many. And you know, so if you start online conference, the typical words are, do you hear me? You don't hear me? What can you say? And so on. So some, say, like 30 or 40% of students have misconfigured computers, so there were running programs which are not compatible with tool we used and so on. So we have to help them. Thus, as I said, most of the teachers were satisfied with the tool, and they like to learn online. So the result was not so good from the point of view of students, and we have to say them that they have to change a little bit their technique, so to be more interactive, and so this is something different as you stay in front of the class. This is also very interesting. So we spoke with some really large and established organization in Prague, which deals exclusively with teaching, and they don't take it seriously. They say this is not yet time to start learning online, and so there is some, say, maybe psychological problem that they don't take it really seriously yet. And awareness of this new approach, so online learning, is still low. So what we are doing is, so we are explaining and demonstrating the power of online learning, and we are trying to raise awareness. It raises slowly, but raises significantly. The next thing is cooperation learning in small group and large group. So large group, we take 15 plus students, so group larger as or bigger as 15 students. And it's difficult to capture audience attention permanently, because if you are sitting alone in front of the computer, so you have mostly not only window of this e-learning system, that there are many other windows like Facebook and so on, and many people tend to say lower their attention if the lesson is a little bit boring and so on. Lecturer has to be skilled person to conduct such a lesson with more people, because the feeling of most of the lecturers were that they are speaking to some empty space, because they see only a list of the students on the side of the screen, but they cannot imagine it like a living person. So they had a little bit psychological problem to adapt. They are really speaking to, say, 20 or 30 people. And what is interesting, if you have more people in the group, they tend to chat to the lecturer or to each other, and you as a single person are not able to keep track what on their reaction. So we recommend, if you have larger group of students, to have two lecturers. One answers the chat or communicate with the people by chat, and the other person speaks to the students directly. And as a result, the students' feedback to the large group was not so positive as well. So it depends on the person of the teacher. So we have teachers who like to teach larger group, and the feedback is positive, and other people are not able to do that. Small group, in the opposite, is 5 or less students, and it's much easier for the lecturer, because you are direct in interactivity with the students. Most of the students is online, and you see them, and you can speak directly with them. Lesson makes fun. It was the most frequently told response from both students and teachers. and there is not so big, not such a big organizational overhead. So because to organize a lesson for smaller group is really easy. So you send email and so on, and if something change from time, so it's more easy to shift it. If you have larger group, it's not so easy. So these two things from business point of view are a little bit contradictory, and we have still dealing with it, how to take it, because if you have smaller group from students which pay, so you have less money, but they are more satisfied. If you have larger group, so they pay more, but they are not so satisfied with the lesson. So, or you need two teachers. It causes more costs for you, and so we have to deal somehow with it, but it's not so easy task, and we didn't solve it yet. This is a short description of the tool we are using. So it's Flash-based. It could be hosted, or so you can buy it, or it could be hosted. It's localized to at present 6 languages. It's Flash-based, both desktop and web versions. It's really customizable. It has open architecture. Open architecture means that we provide this gateway to the partners. Runs any operation systems, and it has non-flash clients, so iPhone, iPad, and so on. Partly it has, partly will have by end of this year. So this is all from my point of view. If you have any questions, so please ask me now or during the day. Okay.